Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. It is Ian or Mancha818 back here with my Dreamhack Valencia recap. Now that Dreamhack Valencia is said and done and we know who won and we know all the results, I am going to be doing a complete overview, and that's why we're actually not on Shalong. We're not on anything else besides the Liquipedia page. So I'm just going to be starting from the top, going down here. I'll pretty much be commenting on everything. So from what I watched, let's start with the broadcast talent. Great as usual, but here's one thing I do want to say. Doomsy and Stumpy did an absolutely fantastic job. Best secondary stream we've ever watched, and I didn't actually watch any of the French broadcasts, but I'm sure they did great too. But Stumpy and Doomsy, good job. It was really enjoyable, and I know you guys had a lot of casting to do, and I'm very happy that you guys took up the challenge because you guys did great and made it an absolute joy to watch the B stream throughout the first couple days. And then obviously the primary English broadcast, Dreadnought doing great as always, all the Dreamhack events. And then Randy Gibbons, Isaac App. Not only did Randy Gibbons get to be the analyst, but he actually was the coach for one of the teams, the Randy Gibbons River Rats. They did great, and we'll talk about them later. But Randy Gibbons, Gibbs, and Turtle Isaac App, they did great. And then obviously the commentary as usual. Shogun, James Bot, Johnny Boy stepping in. I think he stepped in at one other Dreamhack too. Johnny Boy's always a great addition and nice to change it up. And then Achieves, great job to all of them. And then the Observer, pretty good. I didn't see James join any games. He was spectating the whole time from what I saw, so good. And then I didn't watch any of the Italian broadcast because I don't speak Italian, but format, you guys all know the format. Let's cover that up. And then invited and qualified teams. Obviously invited Dignitas, TSM, and then Randy Gibbons, River Rats, and Cloud9. I didn't actually know. Oh, it's because the River Rats got top 4. So these are the top 4 teams from Dreamhack Dallas. They all got invited. And then EG got the spot of Randy Gibbons, River Rats got the spot of EG because 2 of the 3 same members. And then obviously, you know, the qualified teams, Vitality and FC Barcelona over on the Europe side, and then Splice and NRG over on the North American side, and then RCD Espanyol. I didn't actually know that the Dreamhack Cup Finals was a thing, but then obviously 23 sign-up teams that are all on the open sign-up. But let's just go through here. Day 1, I know I've already talked about this, but I'm going to zoom through it. Obviously, Renault Vitality didn't drop a game on all of day 1. It was absolutely insane. Complexity going through the upper bracket, and then Ground Zero. Mount Gang actually pulling off the upset day 1 was pretty cool. TSM didn't actually get to go, and the Ground Zero Gaming technically pulling the upset because they did actually beat TSM. So TSM bouncing out of day 1, you know, classic TSM stuff. I'm just joking. They're way better than I'll ever be, so I give them all the love and respect I can. Group B, Cloud9 going through, crushing the upper bracket. Veloce playing well, qualifying through lowers. Triple Trouble and PSG, as we expected, qualifying. And then, obviously, Renegades, you know, not super hot right now, and I do think they will bounce back on the international play. And like I've said, they're the top of Australia. They've been the top of Australia for, season 7, so over 2 years now. They've been the top of Australia. I just need them to step it up throughout the international play at RLCS LAN and Dreamhacks and stuff like that. And then going on to Group C, we had G2 and the Bricks crushing the upper bracket. The Bricks were a pleasant surprise. We already know that Cookser always has a name tossed up, but then obviously him with Speed as teammate and then bringing in a lot. This could possibly be an RLCS roster. As a huge ex-Flipside fan, I was a Flipside fan way back in the day, because if you guys don't know that story, maybe I'll make a video about it. If you guys would like that idea, make sure to comment it down below. But the Bricks, a nice surprise coming out, picking up a lot as their third and playing very well. And then through the lowers, obviously we expected FC Barcelona to get through. That was as we all expected it. And then Ghost Gaming actually coming through and beating Aeriality, and then beating Method in the upper bracket. Ghost Gaming playing well, and I love to see it. I'm a huge Illusion and Memory fan, if you guys didn't know. 2 of my favorite pros. I've been watching them since they were just before even the Rival series, when Memory, or Illusion it might have been, was on Set to Destroy in RLCS Season 3. So I love those guys. They played well. And then Group D, NRG going through and actually getting beaten by Randy Gibbons River Rats. It was huge. So Randy Gibbons going through the upper bracket, and then NRG losing to 3 there, but then dropping down to the lowers and beating GC Aura, who was actually just recently picked up. So congratulations to them. Then Dignitas going through, beating their match, and then actually getting swept by Rogue. Rogue qualifies, and then Dignitas drops down to the lower and beats Chiefs Esports Club, making Ground Zero Gaming, I do believe. Yeah, Ground Zero Gaming, the only non-NA or EU person to qualify. So if we count it off here, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then Randy Gibbons had the other team. So 9 European, 7 NA, and then 1 Australian. With one of the NA, I'm counting Randy Gibbons River Rats as NA just because they have the majority of North America. And then obviously, you never know, Turbo Pulsa might be hopping the pond. But on to day 2, we have Renault Vitality going through the upper bracket, not losing another match. They went 12-0 as of games throughout the first 2 days, absolutely crushing it. PSG beating Ground Zero, Randy Gibbons beating Ghost, and the Bricks actually beating Dignitas. Then going to the semifinals, Renault Vitality beat PSG as we expected. Randy Gibbons going through, beating the Bricks, playing well, and then Veloce going against the Bricks and Dignitas coming here. Veloce definitely a team to look out for, even though they are in the RLRS. They're still a top-level talent, and maybe if RLCS discusses 10 teams being in the RLCS, maybe we will see them against some top-level talent soon. And then PSG beating Dignitas with the sub. Astral played amazing. This is definitely a point I want to hit on, guys. They took top 12. Astral coming in. No one really expected them to. They're probably still top 10, top 12 teams in the world. But Turbo Pulsa leaving and Astral coming in played amazing on that roster. And if he is the temporary stand-in, turns to a long-term stand-in to their final roster of RLCS Season 8, I would love to see it because they looked great with him. A little bit more practice, a little bit more experience on his part. And I think he could be a top-level talent. Then over on to Group B. Cloud9 going through the uppers. Did pretty well. Let me see. They dropped 2 games to Veloce on day 1, and they went 12-2, so they played well. Triple Trouble actually beating Complexity on the upset because they lost a match on day 1. And then going through the lowers, Complexity dropped down and upset G2, which is actually pretty crazy. If you guys didn't watch that match, make sure to check it out. All the replays, I do believe, should be on the wiki somewhere within a couple hours. And then NRG coming through and beating Rogue, and then beating Triple Trouble after they got beat by G2. So it was very good matches there. And then, like I said, if we count Randy Gibbons River Rats as an NA team, there was only 3 NA teams to 5 EU teams. So the playoffs were kind of the same. The top level NA upsetting the top level EU, and then all the other EU teams. FC Barcelona lost to the Bricks. The Bricks playing good. I enjoyed seeing the Bricks. Like I've said, I'm a huge Cookser fan. I've said it already twice in this video. And then Cloud9 losing to PSG. PSG looked on fire. As soon as they reverse swept, as soon as they talked about it on the cast during the finals, as soon as they won Game 3 of that series against Cloud9, they pretty much looked unstoppable, as after that point, they only dropped 3 games, and they won, what would that have been? They won 11, 3 in the Cloud9 series, 4 in the Brick series, 4 in the NRG series, and then Randy Gibbons River Rats coming up small against Complexity. I didn't get to watch all of these matches, guys. So, what did I watch? I didn't watch any of the Bricks versus FC Barcelona. I woke up, I watched the first game of the Cloud9 series, and then went, Cloud9's going to dominate, because it was like 7 a.m. here. Rolled over, went back to bed. Woke up about halfway through the Randy Gibbons Complexity series, watched a little bit of that, fell back asleep, because I thought Randy Gibbons had it in the bag, but then it came back, and, Complexity won. And then I woke up during Game 3 of the NRG Vitality series, and I watched from there on. So then my next match was PSG the Bricks. That was domination. I'm a huge Cookser fan. I'm a huge Alot fan. I was super disappointed that PSG came in and just stomped on them. NRG against Complexity. I've never been so pumped. I was literally laying in my bed at freaking like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., something like that, screaming my guts out. Everyone in my house is so confused because I'm screaming so loud, cheering for NRG. And then obviously the finals, guys. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. what a good end to the Fireburner story. Second place, obviously not first. It would have been great if you won. But PSG's first major win. As this roster, obviously, we know that they won Dreamhack Leipzig against G2 about 15 months ago, 2018 Dreamhack Leipzig. And then coming in here, beating the top NA talent NRG to take them out. And then they beat the whole kind of group. They beat Cloud9, who is always a top talent, always a top 4 team in the world. The Bricks, who is just looking unstoppable this weekend. And then NRG, obviously, they beat them. So the only team that they really didn't have to face a whole lot of, or they didn't beat, they actually, they faced them right here, but they didn't beat them, was Renault Vitality. But NRG did their dirty work and paved the way for PSG to take the championship. So congratulations to PSG. So I don't think I have anything else to say, but I'm super pumped for the next major. I will be making a probably like a schedule for the remainder of 2019 into 2020 for Rocket League and what all the majors look like. Guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Make sure to comment down below any comments you had, or if you just want to talk about the tournament, make sure to join my Discord, link in the description. Check out my Twitter, MunchA18RL, for all my tweets of when videos go live. And I just like to have discussions, and I retweet funny stuff from Rocket League. And then, of course, make sure to check out my Twitch, Munch818. I will be streaming there very soon. And I'm I'm definitely sure that I'm going to be starting a little podcast going on. It's going to be like a Rocket League podcast, and I'll just be talking about a bunch of Rocket League stuff. It's going to be weekly. I don't know how long, honestly, the weekly is going to last, because we do have dry weeks. Weeks kind of shut down, and we don't have a lot to talk about. So maybe we'll just do little short episodes on those kind of weeks off. But I'll discuss all this in the future, guys. Just make sure to do all the stuff I said if you do like the content. And I will see you guys all next time. Peace.